Hey guys, let's talk about CBDCs, right? Specifically the digital euro. And I'm in full belief that it's going to be running at least partially on Quant's Overledger in the near future, right? It's being tested for it right now, like literally, it's being tested of just trying to see how everything works, the setups, etc. You're probably familiar with this at this point. If not, do your own research and look into Quant a little bit. They're in the pilot study for the digital euro. There you go. Now you're caught up. They're also helping with the sterling tokenization, essentially helping out with the UK's potential CBDC and just other tokenization of money through there. Awesome. The big thing we're waiting for, at least me, and I think a lot of the quant community, is when are they going to officially announce which system, blockchain, ledger, or similar type of technology to front the digital euro. And though we don't know the exact date, I am quite confident it's going to be happening soon. As in, I've been thinking the end of October at the latest. I guess I'd have to say more so by Thanksgiving or mid November. And I want to go over a little bit as to why. Instead of just throwing out random dates and everything, let's go over why I think it's going to be the announcement really soon and why I'm so excited for it. So, if this is your first time here, or you've been here several times, or in any way you get something from this video, please do press the like and subscribe button. Everything in here is for educational and entertainment purposes only, never financial advice, but I will always give you my thoughts, my opinions, what I think, and what I know. So, with that being said, let's move forward and talk about when I think the European Central Bank is going to announce Quant Overledger as the main part for the digital euro. Okay, so again, there's no official announcement of when Quant, presumably, or any real system is going to be announced to run the digital euro. But Quant's one of the few ones doing it, right? The European Central Bank is actively running with the experimentation, the prototyping, and selecting of external partners. They've also already chosen 5 that were non-blockchain to help out with one aspect of it. And that's got a few people in an uproar who didn't fully understand it yet. But they're incredibly likely going to use someone that they're testing with. Why would you test a system and then say, screw it, we're going to try someone else? They just won't, right? And with Quant being selected as a pioneer partner, simply just to help out with developing parts of the digital euro infrastructure, it kind of puts them first on the list. I don't really see how it would be any other way. The European Central Bank has approved to work on using distributed ledger technology in settlement experiments, and they're still going to go. Are they going to use a single ledger? Probably not. Mentioned this a few times before, and a lot of times companies will, it's just intelligent for them to use a couple of systems. Make it easy, and let's say they use Quant and XRP or Quant and a non-blockchain tech. It's just for if one drops or to have a backup. And I really believe that Quant is going to be used for part of this case. I really think the full thing we'll end up seeing. But I think it's going to be at the end of October, maybe the second or so week of November. And the reason why is that this whole preparation phase of testing everything that started November of 23 ends October of this year. So when testing ends, that's when they're most likely to announce. Now, during this preparation phase, they are doing everything involving developing the design choice, technical requirements, making sure the digital euro scheme rulebook and all that stuff, along with testing and stakeholder engagement, works. Cool. So the next part after October 25 is potentially moving to a development or realization phase. So the final decision on issuing the digital euro will occur only after European Union legislation process is complete, meaning it's not technically done on the federal level. They haven't officially said that we are going to use a CBDC, but the main bank is trying and testing it with all the connections of all the other main banks. So it's kind of saying we're working on it, but we have the chance to say no down the road. So that's some of the legalities and protocols. If you've heard about any difficulty with, don't know if there'll be a CBDC, because like US keeps saying no, but we'll make a bunch of stable coins, which will essentially be used the same way, right? It all comes down to legalities. And Quant Overledger is going to be used for stable coins or a CBDC. I'm incredibly confident about it. I'm just waiting to hear the official announcement because that's where price action is going to come in. I already believe in the project. I already think it's settled. I'm in this for the long haul. I just want to start seeing the announcements for it so other people can start coming in. So that way I can, make some money off of it. I'm holding long term anyway. And for a couple people stating that when they announce this, Quant's going to go up to $2,000, highly doubt that, guys, because it's not going to actually be in use until about 2029. That's the time frame they have set up to start using these things, CBDCs and everything in general. So when there's an announcement, price will go up, but it's all going to be based on hype, nothing to do with actual transfer of cash and inflows. So it's not going to, those of us that think that Quant will eventually be a 5, 10, or higher $1,000 coin, these announcements aren't going to get us there. It will be a boost and it will kind of, I don't want to say guarantee we'll get there, but it's definitely a major step that's going to be required for it. And there was something that showed up on X that I want to show that kind of helps solidify this a little bit more. UK goes blockchain. The UK government will appoint a digital markets champion to lead efforts in digitizing wholesale finance using blockchain technology. So by no means does that mean they're going to run the digital euro, but with the, I don't remember the acronym, guys, but the tokenized sterling deposits of the UK, that's being pushed through. Realize that they're going to talk through the digital euro to other nearby countries. This doesn't guarantee anything, but I do think it solidifies a little bit more for me. And it's not like these announcements are coming out of nowhere. Gilbert Veridian is so deep into the economic structure and politics in the UK. He knows everybody. So I'm excited by this. To me, this was just a little bit another level of guaranteeing or solidifying that Quant's going the direction that we all thought it's going to. I'm pretty excited for this. So a little bit of the plausible timeline, I know I already gave you a little bit of here, but late 2025, right now, right, October to November, when the governing council of the European Central Bank, they're going to technically decide whether they're moving ahead after the preparation phase or not. Are they officially going to do a CBDC? It looks like yes, that's what we're looking for at the end of this month, early November. They're going to announce if they're doing it or not. That's what this whole testing over the last 2 years has been. I fully think they're going to say yes. There's a good chance at that time, in my opinion, that they're going to announce the ledger or some of the blockchain technology that's going to be used. They don't have to. I'm just presuming that they will. In 2026, the European Union's legislation framework is going to get passed or substantially settled. And the European Central Bank at that time will be more free to make all the firm decisions and say, okay, this is what we're doing, time frame and timeline. So some people are thinking that we're not going to get announced of the which blockchain or blockchain type like technology will be used until 2026. It's possible. I still think they're going to announce it shortly after they state whether they're doing the CBDC or not, but we'll find out. Then through 27 and 28, that's the build out phase, right? Because they're aiming for a 2029 launch, right? So they're planning enough to where they have their timeframes down. They just can't officially say that this is what's happening. So by the end of 27 or early 28, the whole detailed technical implementation will be done, fixed, bugs out. They'll already be doing more detailed beta testing than they are doing now. They'll have the public selection of all the architecture and everything that's going to be involved. It'll have to be clear to a T by the beginning of 2028 in the longest time frame. I really don't think it's going to wait that long. I think we're going to know again by the end of this year of exactly what's going to happen. So the earliest realistic formal announcement is this month. And then if not, I would say it's going to be early, we'll call it around Q2 of 2026, because that's when, again, they have to decide. Legislation passes saying, yep, we are officially doing this. Awesome. We might get news about digital pound and all that stuff prior. We'll see. And again, it's just more use cases for Quant or similar tokens. So I'm excited for it. I think this is all going to be great news. I can't wait for the digital euro to come out. Again, not because I'm a pro CBDC guy, but I am pro making money. And from the beginning, when I learned about decentralized finance and no one tracks or owns your money but you, sounded great, but I think most of us kind of knew that was bullshit right away. So the people that have money, governments, banks, financial firms, they're going to make money on something. So I followed and invested in what I think they were going to use. And that's what brought me onto Quant and HBAR specifically early on, Aerodrome a little bit later. So if you guys have been with me a couple times, heard that I'm an RWA tokenized guy specifically, that's really why. I wanted to get in on the early grounds of this stuff. And I still think we are. Clearly not too late to go grab some quant. Last I looked, it's still the sub 100 thanks to the giant crash, but is what it is. So now I want to hear from you guys. How much of you on board about quant being used for digital euro? If you're watching this video, I'm assuming you are. So what's your time frame? Do you think it'll be sometime this year announcement, like I kind of think? If not, Q2 26. Do you think it's gonna be later? Do you think another ledger is gonna come in and snipe the spot? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys for being here. Talk to you guys again soon. Peace.